The rain hammered against the window like it had a personal grudge, but inside Alex's cramped Brooklyn studio, the only storm brewing was the one in his chest. He'd just hit upload on his latest video, a scathing takedown of that overhyped BL manhwa everyone was losing their minds over, when the knock came, sharp and insistent, cutting through the hum of his laptop fan. Heart slamming like a bass drop in a K-pop remix, he yanked the door open, and there stood Jordan Hale, soaked to the bone, eyes wild with something that looked a hell of a lot like desperation. "Alex, I can't do this anymore," Jordan blurted, water dripping from his dark curls onto the welcome mat that read "Fangs out for fix only." His voice cracked on the last word, and for a split second, Alex forgot how to breathe. They weren't friends. They weren't even civil most days. Jordan was the golden boy of the BL review scene. Polished videos, sponsorships from indie publishers, a subscriber count that made Alex's look like a rounding error. Alex? He was the scrappy underdog, the one who called out plot holes like they were war crimes, and built his channel on unfiltered rants that either went viral or bombed spectacularly. Their beef had started 2 years ago over a mutual favorite series, escalating into a full-on feud that the fandom ate up like premium matcha. But the fans? Oh, they loved shipping it. JLex was a thing, a toxic, hilarious thing, born from edited clips of their Twitter spats set to angsty OSTs. Memes flooded Alex's mentions. Him and Jordan as brooding rivals in a doujinshi, hearts exploding around their photoshopped faces. "When your enemy is hot AF," one caption read, and Alex had laughed it off every time, because admitting the knot in his stomach when Jordan's name popped up would mean facing truths he wasn't ready for. Not in a world where his conservative Texas family still sent passive-aggressive Bible verses via text, and not when his own reflection in the mirror sometimes felt like a stranger. Jordan shifted on the threshold, his button-down clinging transparently to his shoulders, but Alex wasn't staring. "Okay, maybe a little." "Do this what?" Alex managed, crossing his arms to hide the tremor in his hands. The hallway light flickered, casting Jordan's face in harsh relief, highlighting the shadows under his eyes that no amount of concealer could fix. Up close like this, without the filter of a screen, Jordan looked human, tired, real. "The pretending," Jordan said, stepping forward uninvited, his sneakers squelching on the linoleum. He smelled like wet wool, and that cologne Alex had once mocked in a video as it trying too hard to be straight-passing. Irony hit like a plot twist. "The reviews, the shade, the way I watch every one of your uploads like it's oxygen. Alex, the fandom's jokes aren't funny anymore because they're right. I'm falling for you, and it's ruining me." Alex's world tilted. He slammed the door shut behind Jordan, more to block out the neighbors than anything, and leaned against it, mind racing through every snarky tweet, every late-night scroll through Jordan's feed. This had to be a prank. Some elaborate setup for Jordan's next video, the one that would end their careers in a blaze of clickbait glory. "You're serious?" he whispered, not a question. Jordan nodded, those blue eyes locking on like they could see straight through the walls Alex had built, walls of sarcasm, of just one of the guy's bravado, of pretending the ache in his chest was indigestion from too much ramen. "Sit," Alex said finally, gesturing to the futon piled with script drafts and empty monster cans. Jordan obeyed, perching on the edge like he might bolt any second. The rain outside softened to a patter, giving the room an intimate hush broken only by the distant wail of a siren. Alex sank into the desk chair, wheeling closer, close enough to see the freckles dusting Jordan's nose, the ones hidden in photos. "Start from the beginning. Because if this is you trying to collab on a Rivals to Lovers reaction vid, I'm deleting my channel tonight." Jordan let out a laugh that was half sob, rubbing his face with both hands. "God, no. Okay, rewind. Remember that con in Chicago last summer? The one where we both got panels back to back?" Alex nodded, the memory sharp. Jordan in a tailored blazer, charming the crowd with breakdowns of character arcs, while Alex followed up with crowd work that had half the room chanting his name. Backstage, their eyes had met over lukewarm coffee, and Jordan had said, "You're better than you think," with a smile that lingered too long. Alex had brushed it off as pity, drowned it in post-panel shots with randos. "That was when it hit me," Jordan continued, voice steadying as he leaned forward, elbows on knees. You weren't just competition. You were. You. Passionate. Unapologetic. The way you defend the tropes everyone else dismisses. I started following your Patreon for the essays, telling myself it was research. Then it was your Twitter spaces at 2 a.m., ranting about queer rep in Western media. I tuned in every time, heart pounding like I was the one under the spotlight. He paused, glancing at the poster on Alex's wall, a faded print of two men embracing under cherry blossoms, a gift from his first subscriber. My family's from this tiny town in Ohio. Dad's a pastor. Coming out wasn't an option, it was exile. I moved to New York thinking distance would fix it, but hiding? It's like wearing a mask that chafes deeper every day. Alex swallowed hard. He knew that script. Born in Dallas to parents who prayed the gay away with "Love the Sinner" sermons, he'd fled to Brooklyn at 19 with a backpack and a dream of making BL reviews his shield, a way to scream his truth through fiction without saying it aloud. His channel was his closet door, cracked just enough for light. So why now? Why show up at my door like a drowned rom-com lead? Because of the video you dropped today. Jordan pulled out his phone, the screen cracked from some untold drop, and queued up Alex's latest upload. The thumbnail was Alex mid-gesture, eyes blazing as he tore into the Manoa's forced misunderstandings. You said it. The line about how rivals and stories always circle back to love because hate's just fear in disguise. It gutted me. I've been hating on you in comments to keep you at arm's length, but it's fear, Alex. Fear you'll see me and laugh. Or worse, not see me at all. The words hung heavy, mirroring the humidity seeping under the door. Alex's mind flashed to the fandom's endless threads. Jalek's in-game win, with fan art of them tangled in sheets. PG-13 versions, thank God, but still too close to fantasies he'd buried. Friendship had crept in despite the barbs. DMs about obscure Donghua recs, mutual eye rolls at corporate pride merch. But love? That was the forbidden chapter, the one with spoilers that could shatter everything. I don't laugh at you, Alex said softly, the admission slipping out like a confession booth whisper. Ever. You're the reason I push harder, Jordan. Your takes force me to level up, to dig deeper into why these stories hit so hard. Because they're us, coded in ink and pixels. He reached out, hesitating before his fingers brushed Jordan's wrist, warm despite the chill. The touch sparked, electric and terrifying, and Jordan didn't pull away. Instead, he turned his hand palm up, lacing their fingers in a grip that said stay. They talked until the rain stopped, the conversation meandering from canon ships to personal shipwrecks. Jordan admitted the sponsorship drama that had him ghosting collabs, afraid vulnerability would tank his brand. Alex shared the voicemail from his mom last week, laced with "We just want you happy, son," code for find a nice girl. Laughter bubbled up amid the ache, a fragile bridge over the chasm of their past snipes. By midnight, Jordan was dozing against Alex's shoulder, the bouquet wilting on the coffee table, and Alex realized the hook wasn't the knock. It was the quiet after, when walls started to crack. But dawn brought reality's glare. Alex's phone buzzed with notifications. The video had blown up, comments flooding with Jalek's vibes intensifying, and speculation about a beef reignition. One stood out, a DM from their mutual friend Mia, the fandom's unofficial matchmaker. Saw Jordan's car outside your place. Spill, or I'll leak the fanfic I wrote. Alex groaned, nudging Jordan awake. We gotta address this, before it spirals. Jordan blinked sleep from his eyes, a lazy smile forming that made Alex's stomach flip. Address how? Joint live? Or just us? The question lingered, loaded with possibility. They decided on a cautious collab. Nothing too on the nose, just a rivals react to fan edits. But as they scripted it over cold pizza, the chemistry crackled off-screen too. Stolen glances, knees brushing under the desk. Alex felt the pull, magnetic and inevitable, but doubt whispered. Could they rewrite their narrative without burning the pages? The live went viral before it even started. Fans tuned in by the thousands, chat exploding with heart emojis and kiss already spam. Jordan and Alex sat side by side in frame, mics hot, screen split with Jalek's montages. Okay, this one's cursed. Alex deadpanned at a clip of them arguing over a yaoi trope, dubbed with swoony dialogue. Jordan snorted, his laugh warm and unguarded. says the guy who once tweeted I'd make a terrible Sameh. The banter flowed easy, laced with the new undercurrent of truth, and for once, the shade felt like foreplay to something real. Off-air, though, tension simmered. Jordan's agent called, hinting at a brand deal that required family-friendly vibes, no scandalous rumors. Alex's family group chat lit up with a cousin's forwarded article on woke media ruining kids, aimed squarely at his channel. And then there was Riley, Jordan's ex from college, who slid into Alex's DMs with screenshots of old texts. He's a heartbreaker, babe. Runs hot then ghosts when it gets real. Was this confession just another phase? Alex shoved the doubt down, but it festered like an untreated plot hole. Weeks blurred into a tentative rhythm, late-night editing sessions at Alex's, where Jordan's head would drop onto his shoulder mid-yawn. Coffee runs in the village, hands brushing over lattes. Whispers of what if under the covers, fully clothed but tangled in possibility. The fandom dubbed it the thaw, shipping theories evolving from enemies to lovers to slow-burn soulmates. Mia hosted a watch party at her loft, complete with themed cocktails, the rival's regret. And for one night, Alex let himself believe in the fairy tale. Jordan's arm around his waist felt like home, prejudice be damned. But fairy tales have villains. It started with a leak, an anonymous post on a rival forum claiming Alex had cribbed Jordan's research for his breakout video. Screenshots, timestamps, the works. The backlash was swift, unsubscribe waves, hate comments laced with slurs Alex thought he'd outrun. Traitor, one read. Using queerness for clout. Jordan defended him publicly, but privately, his eyes held a shadow, trust fractured, old wounds reopening. Did you? He asked one night, voice small in the dark. Alex's denial burned. Never. You know me. But the seed of misunderstanding took root, watered by Riley's continued pokes, voicemails left on Jordan's phone, painting Alex as opportunistic. Prejudices flared too. Jordan's sister visited from Ohio, her Bible tucked under arm, stage whispering about urban temptations. Alex overheard, the word sin slicing deeper than any troll. Friendships strained under the weight. Mia mediated, but even she cracked, tired of playing referee. The climax brewed at the annual BL Expo in Manhattan, a glittering chaos of panels, merch booths, and cosplayers. Alex and Jordan were co-headlining a rivals roundtable, the room packed to bursting. Backstage, Riley appeared like a bad sequel villain, arm candy in tow, dropping bombs. Tell him about the cabin weekend, Jay. Or should I? Jordan's face drained of color, the ex's way of twisting a platonic college trip into something sordid. Alex walked in mid-revelation, the air thick with accusation. You think I'd? Alex started, but Jordan cut him off, voice breaking. I don't know what to think anymore. This started as a confession, but now it's a circus. Maybe the fans were right to joke. It's all fiction. He stormed out, leaving Alex to face the panel alone, questions flying like daggers. Where's your other half? The moderator quipped, oblivious. Alex powered through, raw honesty spilling, about the fear, the masks, the way love and stories felt safer than the real thing, because real love could walk away. He found Jordan later on the expo roof, city lights sprawling like a promise below. Wind whipped their hair, mirroring the turmoil. I didn't steal anything, Alex said, closing the distance. And Riley's lies? Their noise. But you doubting me. That hurts worse than any review. Jordan turned, tears streaking his cheeks, the vulnerability stripping him bare. I'm scared, Alex. Of losing you to this mess, of my family disowning me for good. But walking away? That's not love. That's the prejudice winning. They collided then, not in passion, but in release. Foreheads pressed, breaths mingling, words tumbling like rain. We're not a trope, Alex murmured. We're the story that rewrites itself. Jordan nodded, pulling him into a hug that anchored against the storm. Below, the expo thrummed on, fans none the wiser. But up here, understanding bloomed. Misunderstandings unraveled thread by thread, prejudices confronted in quiet truths. Surprises followed. Mia uncovered the leak's source, a jealous mod from an old Discord server. Not Riley after all. Jordan came out to his sister over FaceTime, her stunned silence breaking into hesitant support. If he makes you happy, that's the sermon I needed. Alex called home, voice steady. Mom, Dad, this is me. All of it. The line went quiet. Then his mother's whisper. We love you, Mijo. Always have. Not perfect, but progress, a crack in the foundation. The fandom caught wind organically. A joint post, simple, from rivals to real. Thanks for the ship. Comments poured in, not with demands, but cheers, stories of their own journeys, vulnerabilities shared. Alex and Jordan's channels merged streams, collabs becoming cornerstones, deep dives into mental health in BL, panels on authentic rep, tension eased into trust, conflicts into growth. Friendships deepened. Mia became their unofficial godmother, officiating mock weddings at cons for laughs. 1 year on, under those same cherry blossoms in Central Park, tattooed now on Alex's wrist, Jordan knelt, not with a ring, but a USB drive of their first collab footage. Marry this mess with me, he asked, grin boyish. Alex laughed, pulling him up. Only if we write the sequel together. The kiss that followed was soft, sunlight dappled, a high note in their drama. No grand gestures, just the quiet thrill of two souls synced. And in the end, the real hook wasn't the door knock or the confession. It was the choice to stay, to build beyond the jokes, turning rivalry into a love that outshone any screen. The expo aftermath lingered like a hangover, but Alex woke to sunlight slicing through his blinds, Jordan's arm slung heavy across his waist, a weight that felt earned, not imposed. They'd crashed at Alex's after the rooftop reconciliation, clothes discarded in exhaustion but boundaries respected, the night spent in murmured apologies and half-formed dreams. Jordan stirred, mumbling something about coffee, his breath warm against Alex's neck. For the first time, the knot in Alex's gut uncoiled, replaced by a tentative warmth that scared him as much as it thrilled. 5 more minutes, Alex teased, rolling to face him. Jordan's eyes fluttered open, blue and soft in the morning haze, no masks between them now. They lingered there, foreheads touching, the world outside reduced to the distant rumble of the F train. It was domestic, unscripted, the kind of scene BL novels rush through to hit the angst, but Alex savored it, tracing the line of Jordan's jaw with his thumb. We survived, he said, half to himself. Barely. Jordan sat up, sheets pooling around his hips, and ran a hand through his bedhead. But yeah, we did. He glanced at his phone, screen lighting his face with unread alerts. Holy, our post has 50K likes already. And Mia's trending JLX is real. Alex groaned, burying his face in the pillow, but laughter bubbled up. The fandom's energy was a double-edged sword, validating, yet voyeuristic. They'd agreed on boundaries, no oversharing, no feeding the beast. But this was organic, a wave they could ride or drown in. They brewed coffee in companionable silence, Jordan handling the pour-over like a ritual while Alex nuked bagels. Over the steam, talk turned practical. How to navigate collabs without losing solo voices, scripting a follow-up video that addressed the leak without drama. Transparency, Jordan suggested, sliding a mug across the counter. We own the mess. Fans respect that. Alex nodded, sipping the bitter brew, but his mind wandered to deeper currents. The prejudices still simmering beneath the surface, the family calls he'd delayed. His phone buzzed mid-bite, Mom. The screen blurred for a second, thumb hovering over decline. Jordan noticed, setting his mug down. You got this. Simple words, but they steadied him. Alex answered, voice casual as he could muster. Hey, Ma. Her reply was a rush, concern wrapped in scripture. The article his cousin sent dissected line by line. We're worried, Alex. This. Reviewing, it's not stable. And that boy in the papers. Jordan, he corrected gently, heart pounding. And it's not papers, it's my life. He paced the kitchenette, Jordan's gaze a quiet anchor from the stool. The conversation stretched, halting at first, her questions about the lifestyle, his deflections turning to truths. I love what I do because it lets me be me. And Jordan? He's part of that now. Silence stretched, then her sigh, soft and seismic. As long as you're happy, mi amor. Send pictures sometime. Not acceptance, not yet, but a door ajar. Alex hung up, exhaling shakily, and Jordan pulled him into a hug that smelled like vanilla and victory. Your turn, Alex murmured into his shoulder. Jordan tensed, then nodded. He dialed his sister on speaker, the line crackling with Midwest static. Linz? It's me. Her voice was all sunshine at first. Updates on the church bake sale, nephew's first steps, then the pivot. Saw the news, Jay? Mom's praying extra, but... Is it true? Jordan's grip tightened on Alex's hand. Yeah, it's true. I'm gay, and I'm with Alex. The reviewer guy. Laughter from her end, unexpected. The hot one from your videos? Okay, that's adorable. But seriously, does he treat you right? The interrogation flowed, laced with protectiveness, ending in her promise. I'll talk to Mom. Baby steps okay. Relief washed over them like cool rain, but it was fleeting. The week devolved into a whirlwind. Interview requests from podcasters hungry for the BL romance scoop. Brand emails pitching couple goals merch that made Alex's skin crawl. They fielded it together, Jordan's polish balancing Alex's bite, but cracks showed. At a low-key meetup with Mia and a handful of core fans, handpicked for discretion, the vibe soured when a newbie grilled Jordan. So, was the rivalry fake? For views. Jordan's smile faltered, hand squeezing Alex's under the table. It was real. That's what made it hurt and heal. Alex jumped in, voice steady. Fiction's our lens, but this is us, unfiltered. The group nodded, but the seed of doubt lingered, sprouting in anonymous forums. PR stunt confirmed. Misunderstandings multiplied, old prejudices resurfacing in veiled jabs, token diversity higher for Alex, closet case gone corporate for Jordan. Friendship tested Mia most. She confessed over drinks one night, eyes rimmed red. I'm thrilled for you guys, but watching the toxicity? It's exhausting. Like, can we just have joy without the jury? They recalibrated, pulling back from public eyes. Private dates became sanctuaries. Picnics in Prospect Park, where Jordan sketched fan art of them as chibi detectives solving trope mysteries. Movie marathons of old rom-coms, pausing to debate meet cute versus slow burn. Alex opened up about his Texas ghosts, the high school bully who'd outed him with slurs scrawled on lockers, the church youth group that prayed over him like a curse. Jordan shared his exile, packing a duffel at 18 after his dad's ultimatum, crashing on couches until New York swallowed him whole. I built the channel as armor, he admitted, head in Alex's lap during a thunderstorm. But you're the chink that let light in. Tension built subtly, a slow simmer. Riley resurfaced, not with malice this time, but apology, a coffee meet that Jordan insisted on solo. Closure, he said, kissing Alex's temple. Trust me. Alex did, but waiting gnawed. Pacing his apartment, doom-scrolling old threads where Riley painted Jordan as flighty. Hours later, Jordan returned, drained but lighter. He owned it. The manipulations, the jealousy. Said seeing us go public forced his mirror moment. Alex pulled him close, murmuring, proud of you. But the encounter stirred undercurrents, reminding them healing wasn't linear. The real conflict ignited at a virtual con panel on queer joy in media, moderated by a veteran reviewer known for sharp questions. Alex and Jordan presented as a duo, their slide deck a love letter to uplifting arcs amid the angst. But the Q&A turned ambush. A caller, voice distorted, accused them of erasing bisexuality by centering gay narratives, tying it to Alex's early videos that glossed over fluid identities. It was a stretch, rooted in a single tweet from years back, but the chat erupted, defenses clashing with attacks, slurs slipping in under critique. Jordan froze mid-response, mic hot, his polished facade cracking. That's not. We celebrate all of it. But Alex saw the hurt, the echo of his family's binary god. Off mic later, Jordan paced the Zoom green room. Am I just performing allyship? Tokenizing you? Alex stopped him, hands on shoulders. No. You're you, flawed, growing mine. The argument spilled, Jordan's fear of inadequacy clashing with Alex's impatience for perfection. We can't fix the world overnight, Alex snapped. But hiding from it, that's the real erasure. They logged off in stalemate, the panel's applause ringing hollow. Days of radio silence followed, broken by Mia's intervention. A group chat flooded with memes and talk-it-out gifs. Jordan showed up at Alex's door again, not with confession, but coffee and contrition. I lashed because it hit old scars, Dad calling me confused like it was a sin. Alex let him in, the hug turning to tears. And I pushed because I'm terrified of losing this. Of us becoming another statistic. Vulnerability bridged the gap, deeper than before, forging resilience from the fracture. As autumn leaves turned Prospect Park gold, they emerged stronger, channeling the dust up into content. A series on intersectional rep, guest spots from by creators. Surprises sweetened the pot. Mia's birthday bash revealed a scrapbook of their journey, fan letters tucked between pages. Jordan's surprise weekend in the Hamptons, where they walked beaches hand in hand, waves erasing footprints like doubts. Prejudices persisted. A trollish email from Alex's uncle, Jordan's mom sending tracts, but they faced them tandem, responses laced with grace over grit. Yet the undercurrent pulled. A big opportunity loomed, a Netflix pitch for a BL review show. Us as hosts, the email read. Tempting, terrifying, spotlight on their truth, risks amplified. What if it breaks us? Alex voiced over dinner, chopsticks paused mid-bite. Jordan's smile was steady. Then we rebuild. Together. The choice hung, a cliffhanger in their script, but in his eyes, Alex saw the plot twist. Not end, but evolution. The Netflix pitch landed like a meteor, appending their fragile equilibrium with dollar signs and director notes. Authentic rivals to Lover's Arc. The email gushed, attaching a treatment that read like fanfic outlines, dramatic reenactments of their Twitter beefs, scripted confessions for episode hooks. Alex stared at the screen over Jordan's shoulder in their shared coffee shop nook, the village bustle an ironic backdrop to the surreal. They want us to perform our lives, he said, voice laced with unease. Jordan scrolled, brow furrowed. Or document it. Big difference. They debated it for days, pros stacking against cons like Jenga blocks. Pro, visibility, a platform to amplify voices beyond BL niches. Queer stories normalized for mainstream eyes. Con, intrusion, the camera's gaze turning private glances into plot points, misunderstandings magnified for ratings. Mia weighed in over video call, her loft a mess of yarn and half-knit scarves. Do it, but on your terms. Script vetoes, intimacy coordinators, the works. Her optimism buoyed them, but Alex's gut twisted. Exposure meant family spotlights, prejudices under microscope. For Jordan, it risked the exile he'd barely survived. Ultimately, they pitched back, raw, not rehearsed. The execs bit, greenlighting a pilot. Filming kicked off in a whirlwind. Crews invading Alex's studio, mics clipping their collars as they dissected a new manhwa release. The dynamic crackled on tape. Jordan's analytical depth complementing Alex's fiery passion, laughs punctuating tense debates. Off camera, though, tension simmered. Jordan withdrew into prep mode, scripts yellow highlighted, while Alex second-guessed every ad-lib. You're overthinking, Jordan chided one night, sprawled on the futon amid takeout boxes. It's us, just amplified. Amplified means dissected, Alex countered, pacing. A recent call from his mom had reopened wounds, her proud but prayerful tone masking discomfort with the Hollywood glitz. He stopped, deflating. What if they edit us into caricatures? The sassy gay besties, not us. Jordan rose, drawing him down, hands framing his face. Then we fight it. Like we fight everything. The kiss that followed was reassurance, slow and grounding, but Alex pulled back, doubt lingering like fog. The pilot shoot hit snags early. A scene recreating their first virtual clash, a Zoom argument over a controversial trope, spiraled when Jordan flubbed lines, frustration mounting under hot lights. Cut, the director called, and Jordan stormed to craft services, shoulders rigid. Alex followed, finding him chugging water, eyes averted. Talk to me, Alex urged, cornering him by the donut table. Jordan's laugh was bitter. Riley texted again. Break a leg, or his heart. Says the show's DOA, that I'll bail like always. The ex's ghost reared, dredging insecurities. Alex's temper flared, not at Jordan, but the sabotage. He's projecting. You're not him. But Jordan shook his head, voice small. What if part of me is? The runner, the hider. It cracked open old dialogues, Jordan's Ohio scars, the pastor dad's sermons equating flight with faith. Alex listened, then shared his own. The Dallas Knights scripting escape in fanfic journals, fearing he'd never outrun the labels. We're both runners, babe. But we choose the finish line now. Vulnerability bridged, the scene res-hot smoother, their chemistry unforced. Fandom buzz built pre-release, teasers dropping like breadcrumbs. JLEC show trended, fan edits splicing pilot clips with canon ships. But backlash brewed too, purists decrying sellouts, conservatives clutching pearls at indoctrination. A viral thread dissected Alex's Texas roots. Red State boy gone rogue. Authenticity or act? It stung, prejudices weaponized, and Alex spiraled, skipping a collab stream. Jordan found him at 3 a.m., hunched over his desk, deleting drafts. Hey, he whispered, kneeling. This noise? It's not our story. But it shapes it, Alex rasped, tears hot. Jordan pulled him up, leading to the fire escape where city lights twinkled like distant stars. Then we rewrite the shape. Call your mom. Really talk. Alex did, later that week, phone trembling. Her voice softened over the line, admitting her own youth. A closeted crush on her best friend, buried under expectations. I get the hiding, Alex. Don't let it hide you. Catharsis flowed, her blessing tentative but true. Jordan's reckoning came via surprise visit. His sister and nephew, crashing in from Ohio with pie and no preaching. The loft filled with toddler chaos, Lindsay's hugs fierce. Mom's coming around, sent a care package. Pride pins, even. Over dinner, she grilled gently. This show's brave, but scary. You good? Jordan glanced at Alex. Nephew balanced on his knee. Scared shitless. But yeah, good. The visit mended fractures, family evolving from foe to ally. Surprises peppered the prep. Mia's script notes, turning dry exposition into witty banter. A fan-voted episode trope. Amnesia, sparking late-night laughs as they brainstormed. Tension peaked during table reads, when a guest star, a closeted actor playing a rival, ad-libbed a line echoing Jordan's fears. Love's just a set piece, till the director yells cut. Post-read, Jordan vanished to the balcony, Alex trailing. Hits too close, he admitted, railing cool under palms. Alex leaned beside him. That's why it's powerful. We turn pain to power. The pilot wrapped on a high, daily screening to exec cheers, their arc landing as electric. But release eve brought crisis, a leak of unedited footage, Jordan's raw breakdown from the flubbed scene going viral. Comments savaged, weak link, fake tough guy. Jordan holed up, phone off, while Alex fielded the storm. Mia rallying defenses, statements drafted. He found Jordan in bed, sheets fortress. They're right, Jordan mumbled. I'm the drag. Bullshit. Alex climbed in, pulling him close. You're the heart. And hearts bleed. That's the point. They cried it out, then rose, a live apology video, Jordan owning the moment unscripted. Vulnerability isn't villainy. It's victory. Views soared, support drowning hate, prejudices pierced by truth. Post-release, the show hooked audiences, ratings climbing with each EP. Conflicts arose, creative clashes with writers pushing angst over joy, but they navigated growth in every compromise. Friendships bloomed. The guest actor confided his outcoming, crediting their pilot. One night, post-rap party, Jordan pulled Alex to the dance floor, body swaying to an indie track. This, you, us. It's the plot twist I never saw coming. Alex grinned, spinning him. Best one yet. Yet under the glamour, quiet tensions simmered. A cousin's wedding invite for Alex. RSVP laced with +1. Subtext. Jordan's agent nudging solo gigs. Whispering, balance the brand. They leaned in, choices affirming. Alex attended Stag, owning his truth with toasts that turned heads. Jordan deferred deals, prioritizing we over me. The story unfolded, chapter by chapter, love the through line amid the drama. Success tasted bittersweet. The show's second season greenlit amid buzz that bordered on frenzy. Alex and Jordan's faces graced subway ads, their tagline, from beef to bliss, splashed in bold. FanCons swarmed them now, not as rivals, but icons, autographs signed with heart doodles. But the spotlight warped edges, paparazzi lurking outside brunch spots, tabloids spinning, BL boys blowout, from a harmless spat, caught on grainy video. Alex laughed it off publicly, but privately, the scrutiny chafed, rekindling isolation fears. Jordan sensed it first, during a rare quiet morning in their upgraded Queen's apartment. Bigger space, same cluttered charm. "You're pulling away," he said over scrambled eggs. Fork paused. Alex shrugged, scrolling notifications. "Just tired." The noise. It was more, an email from his dad, curt and cutting. "Proud of the work, son, but lose the flair. Real men build, don't perform." The words echoed old sermons, prejudices dressed as advice. Alex deleted it, but the echo lingered. They talked it through on a hike up the Palisades. Autumn leaves crunching under boots, Hudson River glittering below. Jordan listened, then shared his own creep. Sponsorships drying up post-leak, brands wary of drama kings. "Feels like Exile 2.0, he admitted, skipping a rock across the water. Alex caught his hand. "Then we exile together. Boundaries, babe, therapy maybe?" "For both." Jordan nodded, the idea sparking. A joint counselor specializing in creative couples, sessions unpacking masks from Texas pews to Ohio pulpits. Therapy cracked them open gently. Alex confronting abandonment scripts, Jordan untangling perfectionism's knots. Progress showed in small ways. Alex calling home unprompted, sharing show anecdotes that drew laughs. Jordan scripting boundaries into contracts. No exploitation clauses. Mia joined a session as found family rep, her yarn-tangling fingers a fidget for nerves. "You two are my why," she confessed. Seeing hate bounce off? Inspiring. But conflict brewed external. The show's writer's room, a viper nest of egos. A new head writer, fresh from prestige dramas, pushed for edge. Infidelity arcs, coming out tragedies that felt like trauma porn. "Realism sells," she argued in a tense Zoom. Jordan bristled, memories flashing. "Realism without hope? That's just recycling pain." Alex backed him, but the room polarized, whispers of soft, trailing their dissent. Off call, frustration boiled. Jordan pacing. "Are we coddling or compromising?" Alex countered, "Compromising integrity isn't growth, it's sellout." The standoff escalated at a table read, scripted betrayal hitting too close. Jordan's character gaslit by a lover mirroring Riley's games. He walked out mid-scene, door slamming. Alex followed to the lot, finding him against a chain-link fence, breaths ragged. "Triggers," Jordan gasped. Didn't see it coming. Alex held space, then rallied. A group email to execs, citing queer sensitivity readers' notes ignored. The writer relented, arcs softened, but the rift lingered, trust in the machine eroded. Surprises lightened the load. A fan letter hand-delivered at con, from a teen in rural Georgia. "Your show gave me words for my silence. Thank you." Jordan read it aloud on their podcast, voice thick, sparking a listener surge of similar shares. Prejudices confronted head-on too. Alex's cousin's wedding, where he arrived with Jordan, hands linked. Stares followed, but a quiet aunt pulled him aside. "Your dad's mellowing." Saw an episode, laughed at the tropes. Small wins, seismic shifts. Friendship wove tighter. Mia's knit shop opening, their loft turned yarn haven for the night. Laughter drowning launch jitters. But tension peaked with a rival show's premiere. A glossy BL adaptation poaching their thunder, reviews praising its gritty authenticity, while shading theirs as fluffy fan service. Forums ignited, trolls migrating. Jalex faked it till they peaked it. Jordan scrolled obsessively, mood souring. Alex snatched the phone. "Their win doesn't dim ours." "Doesn't it?" Jordan snapped, rare edge sharp. "We're bleeding hard while they rake cash." The argument spilled, Alex accusing escapism, Jordan defending depth. Joy's not fluff, it's defiance. Voices rose, then fell to exhausted truce, bodies curling together on the couch. "Sorry," Jordan whispered. "Fear talking." Alex forgave, but the seed sprouted doubt. Were they evolving or echoing old rivalries? Resolution came circuitous, a crossover collab proposed, bridges over beef. They met the rival leads at a neutral bar, initial awkwardness thawing over shared war stories. Budget cuts, exec meddling. "Your show's the aspirational one," a lead admitted. "Ours is the cautionary." Drinks flowed, alliances forming, the industry feeling less like battlefield. Back home, buzzed and bonded, Jordan pulled Alex to the balcony. "Perspective," He murmured, stars winking. We're not competing, we're co-authoring. Growth bloomed from there. Season scripts infused with hybrid grit joy, sensitivity, teams expanded. A high note, Mia directing a short EP, her vision centering by side characters, earning festival nods. Tensions eased, but surprises lingered. Jordan's mom visiting incognito, baking pies in their kitchen, conversation tentative over tea. I was wrong, she said softly. About a lot. Tears fell, forgiveness fragile but forming. As winter blanketed the city, the show hit mid-season stride, ratings soaring on emotional peaks. One EP climaxed their on-screen arc, a raw therapy scene mirroring real sessions, catharsis for viewers. Post-air, DMs flooded. This healed me. Alex and Jordan watched metrics climb from bed, tangled in sheets, pride swelling. We did that, Alex whispered. Jordan kissed his temple. We are that. Yet the underbelly stirred, an anonymous tip to press. Inside scoop on BL Boys breakup. Fabricated texts, Riley's fingerprints all over. Panic hit, Jordan white-knighting calls, Alex drafting denials. Not again, he groaned. Mia sleuthed, tracing to a disgruntled PA. Legal nipped it, but the scare bonded them fiercer. Vows renewed over candlelit takeout. Through leaks and loves, Jordan toasted. Alex clinked glasses. To the real plot. Spring thawed more than sidewalks. It ushered a renewal phase. The show's success spawning spin-offs and speaking gigs. Alex keynote at a queer-lit fest in Boston. Jordan tagging along for moral support. And a weekend of beignet binges in the North End. The talk flowed easy. BL as blueprint for real love. Messy, multifaceted. Q&A delved deep. A student sharing her Arrow-Ace lens on romance tropes, sparking Alex's mind for future arcs. Jordan squeezed his hand under the podium, pride electric. But homefront tension simmered. Alex's family planned a Dallas visit, neutral ground. His mom framed it, but subtext screamed reconciliation tour. Jordan opted out, citing shoots, but truth was Ohio echoes. Fear of Bible Belt scrutiny. Go, he urged. This is yours. Alex flew solo. Airport jitters morphing to resolve. The house felt smaller, sense of brisket and magnolias stirring nostalgia laced with nausea. Dinner was a minefield. Cousins probing the boyfriend, dad grumbling over fancy TV, but mom's grace notes shone. He sounds steady. Like you. Late-night porch talk with her cracked walls. Her regrets over silence during his youth struggles. I failed you then. Won't now. Hugs lingered, progress palpably. Jordan's parallel path crossed his sisters again, this time a family reunion in Cleveland. He brought Alex via video, nephew waving at the screen. Tensions peaked with extended kin. Uncle's side eyes, aunt's prayers, but Lindsay shielded, her toast defiant. Jay's happiness is holy. Deal with it. Post-recap call, Jordan crashed into Alex's arms at JFK pickup. Survived. Thrived. Alex grinned. Both. Pie for proof. Laughter sealed it. Prejudices parried into partnerships. Fandom evolutions kept pace. JLEX Impact trended with user stories, a charity stream raising funds for LGBTQ+ youth shelters. Mia curated a zine, fan essays on their influence, launched at a pop-up in Bushwick. The night hummed. Poetry slams echoing BL beats, Jordan DJing chill sets, Alex emceeing with flair. A quiet moment amid chaos, slow dance in the corner, bodies sinking. This is the high, Jordan breathed. Alex nodded. Don't let me forget. Conflict crested unexpectedly. A lawsuit threat from the league's PA, countersuing for defamation after their statement. Legal fees loomed, stress fracturing sleep. Jordan overworked, bags under eyes. Alex withdrew into solo vids, channel dips signaling straying. Mia called intervention, loft gathering with wine and whiteboards. Boundaries, she insisted. Date nights mandatory. They recommitted. Therapy doubled. Walk sans phones, a cabin getaway upstate, snowshoeing woods, fireside reads of dog-eared mangas. The trip proved pivot. Isolation stripped pretenses, truths tumbling like dice. Jordan confessed agent pressure for solo projects, brand evolution. They called it, but it felt like fracture. Afraid you'll eclipse me, he admitted, flames dancing on his face. Alex balked. Never. We're ensemble. His own fear spilled. Success is isolation, old Texas loneliness creeping. What if we peak and plummet together? Vulnerability vortexed, resolved in dawn promises. Joint ventures only, from here out. Return brought surprises. The lawsuit settled out of court. PA's apology public. Season finale scripted their input. A finale wedding. Not theirs, but a surrogate joy for side characters, tears and test screenings. Prejudices popped too. Alex's dad mailing a rainbow keychain. Wordless, but weighted. Jordan's mom subscribing to the show. Comments disabled, but views tracked. Growth glinted in mirrors. Reflections less haunted. Smiles readier. Yet drama doubled down with a tabloid sting. Fake breakup photos, photoshopped tears at a premiere. It spread wildfire, stocks dipping, fans fracturing into camps. Told you it was PR, one thread sneered. Jordan's rage boiled private. Riley again? But sleuthing pinned a rival publicist, jealousy fueled. They countered with a live, unscripted, in PJs from home. Real talk, Alex started. Love's not linear. Fights, fixes, all in. Jordan chimed, hand in his. We're solid. Scandals? Just static. Views hit records, loyalty reaffirmed. Friendships fortified. Mia's promotion to producer, her office a hub for brainstorming. A new circle formed. Fellow creators, queer podcasters. Weekly dinners dissecting industry ills over empanadas. Tension tested in a cross-promo gone awry. Guesting on a conservative-leaning talk show, hosts traditional values, jabs veiled. Jordan fielded gracefully. Alex's quips cutting without cruelty. Backstage high-five, handled like pros. Summer bloomed hot. The show on hiatus, but buzz unrelenting. They road-tripped the coast. Big Sur cliffs, Monterey aquariums. Capturing B-roll for a vlog series, Behind the Bliss. Stops sparked spontaneity. Karaoke in Santa Barbara, belting BL OSDs off-key. Stargazing in Joshua Tree. Wishes whispered on meteor trails. One night, bonfire crackling, Jordan pulled a ring. Simple band. Engraved plot twist. Not proposal. Promise. Alex slipped it on, matching one glinting. Sealed. Back in New York, high on momentum, they greenlit a book, Memoir Meets Guide, from fandom feuds to forever. Outlining sessions marathon ed, laughter lacing late hours. But undercurrent tugged. Family holidays loomed. Thanksgiving a tinderbox. Alex's invite extended to Jordan, Dallas-bound. All in. Jordan hedged, Ohio pull strong. They compromised. Alternating years, this one Texas trial. The flight south hummed nerves. Landing, humidity hugged like old foes. Alex's childhood home buzzed relatives, sense of turkey and tension. Jordan charmed with pie-cutting prowess, stories of cons drawing grins. Dad's handshake lingered. Welcome, son. Mom's side hug, fits right in. Awkward toast skirted edges, but no blow-ups. Progress plated. Post-feast walk, Jordan exhaled. Survived the in-laws. Alex laughed. Round one win. The year closed golden. Show's renewal announced to fanfare. Conflicts resolved into chapters. Surprises strung like lights. Love, once joked, now bedrock. Deep, dramatic theirs. Winter's grip loosened into a tentative spring, but the real thaw was internal. The show's third season poised as pinnacle or precipice. Alex and Jordan dove into pre-pro, writer's room a battlefield of ideas, expanding to trans arcs, neurodiverse reps, global BL crossovers. Their influence rippled, execs deferring to sensitivity consultants, budgets ballooning for authenticity. Yet success's shadow lengthened. Burnout loomed, schedules clashing like poorly paced chapters. It hit Jordan first, a breakdown mid-rewrite, script pages scattering as sobs racked him in their home office. Alex found him curled fetal, whispers of not enough, piercing. Talk. Alex urged, kneeling, hands gentle anchors. Jordan unraveled, pressure's pyramid, fans' expectations, family's fragile peace, his own imposter echo. What if I crack and take us down? Alex held him through it, then proposed pause, sabbatical clause in contracts, therapy intensives. We're marathons, not sprints. Alex's fracture followed, triggered by a troll brigade. Deepfakes splicing his face into explicit parodies, slurs flooding inboxes. He ghosted socials, channeled dark, nights pacing fire escapes. Jordan mirrored support. Breathe with me. They leaned on Mia, her loft refuge for rage rooms. Yarn bombing hate mail into art. Channel it, she coached. Growth germinated. Alex's vulnerability vid, trolls and truths. Going mega, sparking anti-harassment petitions. Prejudices persisted, sly as ever. Jordan's uncle emailing concerned tracks. Alex's extended fam boycotting the show post-trans EP. They confronted collectively. Family Zooms. Measured responses blending firmness with forgiveness. Love us as we are, Jordan stated, voice steel soft. Shifts were slow. Uncle's silence turning to questions. Aunt's card with watching, learning. Surprises sparkled amid strife. A fan-organized mural in Brooklyn, their silhouettes entwined under love rewrites, unveiling at dawn with cheers. Mia's directorial debut EP aired to Emmy's buzz, her acceptance speech shouting them out. To the boys who taught me plot twists are people. Friendships expanded, a mentorship with a young reviewer, Minnie Jalex, their guidance turning nerves to narratives. Conflict climaxed at the season premiere gala, red carpet a gauntlet of flashes and faux smiles. A rival producer cornered Jordan, whispers of poaching talent, laced with your partner's dragging you. Doubt flickered. Later, in green room, Jordan vented, am I holding you back? Alex's retort fierce, you're lifting me. Don't let snakes script us. The night peaked triumphant, standing ovation, after-party toasts. But the seed burrowed, Jordan's solo meetings multiplying. Misunderstanding mushroomed. Alex spotting Jordan lunching with a hotshot agent. Laughter easy across cafe glass. Paranoia bloomed. Riley's ghost, success's sirens. Confrontation brewed over dinner. Words weaponized. Transparency, remember? Jordan recoiled. It's networking, not betrayal. Hurt hurled. Alex's then why hide? Jordan's because your doubt's the real rival. Doors slammed. Silence stretched days. Texts unread. Calls to voicemail. Mia mediated, loft neutral ground. Own your fears, she prompted. Alex admitted. Texas abandonment scars, fearing eclipse. Jordan confessed. Ohio perfectionism, dreading dependency. Tears bridged, apologies authentic. We're in game, Jordan affirmed, ring-twisting habit. Alex nodded. No more solos and storms. Reunion reignited fire. A weekend reset in the Catskills, no signals, just souls. Hikes hashed residuals, bonfires burned bridges. Back, they co-wrote a clause. Mutual veto on deals diverging paths. The show soared, eps lauded for depth, a by-awakening arc earning glad nods. Tensions transmuted to triumph. The rival producers' project tanked, their olive branch a collab tease. High notes harmonized. Alex's family road trip east. Dallas crew meeting Jordan's Ohio squad at Mia's for fusion barbecue. Awkward thawed to anecdotes. Dad's backslap to Jordan. Good man. Mom and Lindsay bonding over recipes. Prejudices peeled like onions. A nephew's doodle. Chibi Alex Jordan as superheroes, framed in their hall. Yet the arc arced higher with a curveball. Jordan's health scare. A routine check flagging anxiety-induced palpitations. ER weight blurred worry. Alex's hand vice grip. Scared shitless. Jordan admitted, 4-drip pale. Diagnosis, stress somatic, prescription, prioritize peace. They did. Yoga flows, park picnics, channel throttling for sanity. Fans noticed, support swelling. Take care, kings. Growth gilded edges. Therapy evolutions, individual pursuits. Alex podcasting solo on Southern Queer Lit. Jordan illustrating a BL graphic novel. Friendships flowered. The mentees' first con panel, their proud parents in crowd. One eve, Skyline Vista, Jordan turned. Confession redux. I love you deeper daily. Alex's reply, ditto. Forever fan. As finale loomed, drama distilled to essence. Love's labor, unyielding.